Good morning, everybody. Sarah Winstead here, bikini athlete and coach for Pro Physique. As you can see, I'm in my car outside of Crunch. It is Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, which means we are officially in contest prep. I started, changed my macros a week from yesterday. So I think it was like Monday the 18th I started officially. Up to the cardio a little bit, and for those of you wondering, did we lose weight? No. And I'll dive deeper into kind of like a prep update later on in this video as to kind of like why that happens, what could happen, what we're going to be changing, all those kinds of things. I check in with Paul tomorrow, and so I'm thinking we're probably going to do an adjustment. Like, we've given it about a week and a half at that point and stuff like that too. And so I think it's time, and sometimes we just need to make that adjustment, and I'm okay with that. I'm ready to push. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to feel, some of the prep feels and stuff like that. I felt hungry for the first time in a long time. And it was a cool feeling, honestly, of being like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, so we're sitting outside of Crunch. It is Thanksgiving week, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And hope you guys travel safely and enjoy the time with friends and family. I'm going to go into some of my holiday tips later on this video as well, and kind of give you guys a rundown of what's going on with me this week. We are going to my mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving. She's making a turkey and a ham, and then we're all kind of like chipping in for sides and stuff like that. And so yeah, it should be a really fun time, but I'll show you guys kind of like a mini grocery haul with some of my prep food, as well as the stuff that I'm bringing for Thanksgiving, hint, greens. So it should be a really fun time. It's a really chill week this week in terms of just like clients and coaching and things like that. I'm still checking with clients still checking in with me, sharing like their goals for the holiday, what's worked well in the past, what they want to do with this holiday and stuff like that too. And I'm helping hold them accountable to that. And I think it's a fantastic way to kind of, if you do have a coach through the holidays, then that's a great way to use them as far as like an accountability person, just being like, okay, normally through the holiday season, I may be gaining 10 to 15 to 20 pounds. I don't want to do that this holiday season. What's up? It's just like, yeah, cool. I'm happy to help you stay accountable. Do I recommend dieting over the holidays? No, I don't. We're finishing up our transformation challenge. Last week is the final week is this week. And so, yes, they're going to push through Thanksgiving, and stuff like that too. But I don't typically recommend dieting through the entirety of the holiday season, for people that do not have contest prep on their mind or want to hit early shows and things like that as well. Unless your situation is unique. I do have like 1 or 2 clients that are considering doing that, just because the situation is pretty unique with their families and things like that too. I myself am lucky that my family, supports me, understands what's going on. I still show up to everything, and so there's no real differences there in terms of just like me being around. My plate just looks different. So that's it. So yeah, today is glute day. We're going to be doing upper body tomorrow. I'll train Thanksgiving day, and then take Friday off, and then as my like normal rest day, and then we'll move to the weekend. So I'm going to take you guys along for the ride in this week 1 prep video / Thanksgiving vlog. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. Something in that realm. And yeah, so I'm going to get some training clips if I can, and then we'll move on with the rest of the day. All right, so this was kind of a fail a little bit. I wanted to show you guys more of my glute workout, which I will do in future videos, but here are the hip thrusts that I'm doing currently at this gym. It is the Booty Builder hip thrust machine. I like it because of the depth that I can get, especially at the bottom, squeezing those glutes really, really hard. I definitely can't go as heavy as you've seen me in the past with other hip thrust machines, we're making the ugly face right now. And then this was a set where I did do more body weight as well at the end, kind of like a mini drop set, just to continue to feel what I need to feel. Like I said, I can't go as heavy. And so I just wanted to feel a little bit extra zip in my glutes. And so I really enjoy this machine and the normal hip thrust machine as well. I think they're both very, very beneficial, but I definitely will get more clips for you guys of my training during this contest prep, but this was one of my main movements right now. Good morning, Yuna. It's pretty early on Wednesday, and this little one is going to boarding today for the Thanksgiving holiday. Why do you ask? Well, she's an escape artist, and we're going over to my mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving. And last year, she escaped not once, but twice. We had to chase her down, and she has no recall. The breed itself is definitely not an off-leash breed. And so, she just had the best time, escaping last year and gave mommy and daddy a heart attack. So we're going to avoid that, this year by just taking her to Puppy Haven for boarding Wednesday and Thursday night. And then we'll pick her up on a Friday. So yeah, I'll definitely miss her. I miss watching the parade with her, but I know she'll be in good hands at Puppy Haven. She will play all day and have the best time, and then be basically like this, comatose when she comes back home. Oh, I know. Life is so rough. So we're going to drop her off this morning and then continue on with our day. So just wanted you guys to say hi to Yuna with her little snaggletooth. And yeah, we're going to have a great day today, dropping her off at boarding and preparing for Thanksgiving. All right, guys, figured I'd give you a little bit of a update on my plantar fasciitis in that foot. So it's getting better. I went to see a podiatrist and they put me on NSAIDs, which is basically prescription strength ibuprofen. And so I'm on that for about 30 days and go back and see her after that. It's definitely improved. I'm taking them at night because I tried to take one during the morning and it was just like really messing me up. But in conjunction with the anti-inflammatory, I am doing something new with my calves. This is something that my husband found me off Amazon. So it is a massager. I've tried the massage gun. It's good, but it doesn't get as like deep into the fascia like this thing does. And so I'll show you, it's really cool. Like I just probably get ads for it or anything like that, but it's really cool because the foam, it's like basically like foam rolling your calves, but I feel like I can get a lot deeper and it hurts. So because of the plantar fascia, I'm learning a lot. It starts up here in your calf and runs all the way down to your toe. And so making sure that I take care of my calves and take care of my tight calves, because I have tight calves. I've had them for a very long time. And so I'm just trying, this really hurts, to do this twice a day for about as much as I can take, honestly, and then I go through some stretching for my calves. And so simple changes for that, but making the time to do it, I think, is like the biggest thing for me, is that I want to make sure I am like taking care of myself and putting myself in the best spot to heal, because I cannot train calves right now. Not that I train calves a ton, but I also can't do posing practice right now, because that puts pressure on the plantar fascia, and so that can re-injure it, that can make it take longer to heal. And so I'm really trying to commit to this for the first 30 days and give it my all. That way, if it heals, the faster it heals, the faster I can pose again. And so I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm backwards as far as posing practice and stuff like that is concerned going into my season. I need refinement for my posing. I need to get in the reps, get the muscle memory down again, but I don't think I need to overhaul my routine a ton. I need to work on the walk and stuff like that, but I think I'm in a better spot posing wise than I was in 2022, 2023 when I started my prep last time. So I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do my stretches, but I wanted to give you guys, oh, it's right there, a little bit of an update. Oh, it hurts.
It's gonna get better. So, but that is the foot update. And then once this is healed, then you guys will definitely see some footage of like posing practice, and I'll dive deeper into that stuff when I get there. So.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So it is Thanksgiving morning. About ready to make some breakfast, and I did, as I thought, got a minor macro adjustment from my coach yesterday, a little bit more cardio and everything. So update, have a prop. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is no longer in the picture. It was an easy macro adjustment as far as like taking that out, because it's one of my more macro dense and calorie dense items. And so I'm trading it out for rice and grinds chocolate brownie. And so I have a huge bag of this. The macros are actually really good. It is 160 calories for 1 scoop, 38 carb and 3 protein. And so this is an easy thing to switch out, like trade out my Cinnamon Toast Crunch, still have something fun, because the chocolate brownie flavor is like, so good. And if you watch my past prep videos, you guys know that, cream of rice was definitely a staple. I don't digest oatmeal as well, and so it's definitely good to find like a suitable alternative if you still want a nice like hot breakfast. And of course, with it being the holiday season, a little bit colder outside, it's nice to kind of just like come home from my workout, have a scoop of that instead of my cereal, but still have something good and good carbs and things like that. Not that there's bad carbs, but like solid carbs for my post-workout recovery meal. But again, not something that's like really affecting me mentally as far as just like, the change in the macros, the decrease in calories and things like that. So you guys can see, I'll show you as well, my turkey, my oven's heating up. It is Thanksgiving, but I also am out of my turkey. So I'll show you guys that in a second of what I do. Literally the easiest meal prep ever. But I thought to give you guys a minor update on like food switches. This is something that definitely comes into play at certain points in prep. It's not like an overhaul every single time, but it's adjustments, portion adjustments. And then when something like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch is no longer like, I would only get like 15, 20 grams of it. So it's very small serving. I'd rather have, honestly, a little more volume in my meal. Slows me down a little bit, makes the meal last a little bit longer, keeps me a little bit more satiated. That kind of stuff can be very helpful, those small things in a contest prep. So here is the Jennie-O frozen turkey breast. If you guys have watched my prep videos before, you guys know that I swear by this. They are on sale for the holiday season at Kroger. It's where I get it. I literally take it out. It is already seasoned. You put it on a pan. You roast it the right side up. You cut a few holes in it. 2 hours later, you have a nice, juicy turkey breast. It lasts me about 4 to 5 days worth of lunches. And so this is, again, one of my staples. And again, the macros, I don't use the gravy, but the macros are really, really, really good for the turkey itself. 20 protein, 1 carb, 1 fat. And it's like literally the easiest thing to just throw into your oven for 2 hours. And then boom, you've got a great protein source that also tastes amazing. Ready to make some Thanksgiving salad, because I always bring salad or greens or vegetables or something of the sort to Thanksgiving and to other potluck events for the family. So making the salad with this base, romaine hearts, and for a little bit of color, some baby butter lettuce. It's going to be some sliced beets. I couldn't find like actual non-canned beets, but we're going to see how these do in the oven. I'm going to try to roast them for a little bit to get some more sweetness out of them. I'm going to roast these walnuts and kind of chop them up a little bit more fine, and then topping with some avocado and some goat cheese on there as well. And then as far as the dressing is concerned, I did pick up this Kroger brand crisp honey apple as an option. And then I'm going to be making the dressing that goes with this recipe, which includes these ingredients, the olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and some of the maple syrup. I don't have real maple syrup, so we're just going to go with some sugar-free to make it a little bit more macro friendly, an easy switch for a lot of people on Thanksgiving. But yes, making this, and so this is my first time doing this recipe, so I have no clue how it's going to turn out, but we're gonna cook it up and find out. It's officially Thanksgiving! It's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. No matter how old I get, I'll always watch this parade every single year. It's nostalgic, it means Thanksgiving, and officially the holiday season is here, so I love it. Every single second of it is super, super fun and festive. Let's have a fantastic day, guys. Just pulled the beets out of the oven and they actually look pretty good. They're a little bit like drier on top, and so I'm gonna let them cool, obviously, but I wanted to show you guys something pretty funny. So I was making the salad dressing and I was like, I don't have anything to put it in, to like pour. I have no, like, I don't make salad dressing a ton, so I don't have like the things that you put them in. So I have a blender bottle. So literally I made the salad dressing, put it in here, and they can pour from the top. So tell me you're a bodybuilder without telling me you're a bodybuilder. I'm bringing salad dressing to Thanksgiving in a blender bottle. Cool. Made my Thanksgiving dinner, lunch, whatever it's going to be whenever we get over there today. But this is my normal lunch right now. So we have, and kind of hard to see, I know. So we have some rice at the bottom, broccoli slaw, some cheese, avocado, mashed avocado, because, you know, I like the mashed avocado a whole lot better than trying to figure out when an avocado ripens. And then have about 4 ounces of my Jennie-O turkey. And then I'm topping that with the G. Hughes sweet chili sauce. So bringing this over to Thanksgiving today and gonna enjoy this while everyone else enjoys their Thanksgiving dinner. And you know, I don't make a big deal about what's on my plate. It's my plate, and I honestly really enjoy this meal. It's very filling, and so it's easy for me to stay on track. My family understands, and they support me through and through, and so it's going to be a fantastic day. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be social, be happy, and my plate just looks a little bit different right now. That's it. All right, guys, so it is Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not even sure what's going to be before this clip, but hope you guys enjoyed that kind of just like overview into Thanksgiving and everything like that. I realized that I did not post a final picture. I was looking back at all the clips. I didn't post a final picture of the salad. So, oops. Oh, well. But it turned out really, really well. Everyone enjoyed themselves. And honestly, like, you know, kind of closing out a little bit here, I'll do holiday tips and then I'll do a prep update. And so holiday tips first, you know, the holidays are about making memories and having fun with friends and family. And I made a post on Instagram a little bit ago just talking about, you know, it's a holiday, not a holiday month or anything like that as well. You know, getting back on your normal foods, your normal routines, your normal macros, still having some leftovers on occasion. That's totally, totally fine. No matter what your goals are, you know, but like not kind of starting January from a place of just like, oh, I feel so disgusting and stuff like that as well. I'd rather honestly help people, and I am, you know, coach people through the holidays and stuff like that too. But I'd rather us be ahead of the game when we get to January. And so if you have some things that you want to work on now that are easy things, and I did notice that last week the gym was very, very quiet because it's the holidays and people aren't prioritizing the gym as much with travel and stuff. So I totally get it. But if you are looking to make some changes in 2025, I'd start small now. And it could just be, hey, let's start going to the gym now that it's not maybe as crowded before the droves of people get there in January. Start going a couple times a week. It doesn't have to be every single day. Don't go from 0 to 100, you know, when we're trying to make these kinds of adjustments. And then, of course, like I mentioned before, like getting back on track with normal foods that make you feel good, foods you digest well and stuff like that. In between holiday meals, do not try to cardio or burn things off, because that creates a very negative mindset around food, as far as just like, oh, I'm going to eat everything, but I'm going to burn it off later. I'm going to eat it becomes an excuse, in my opinion, to overconsume, overeat, feel like crap if you're going to try to burn it all off. And honestly, the amount of calories and cardio that you'd have to do to burn off those calories in one day is a ton. And so we don't even want to know that. So I wouldn't even have that in our brains for right now. But being mindful at holiday meals, totally okay. Never go into it starving. That's a recipe for disaster. Always have some water, some protein, some solid meals before the big holiday meal, if that's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, stuff like that. I love a protein shake on the way to some sort of an event. That way I don't go ham on appetizers. Have a few appetizers. That's great. Who doesn't love like a little like cranberry, thing, or some cheese or some cracker or something like that as well. But don't stand at the chip bowl and just go like this the entire time. Take your plate, get out of the kitchen, another good hack as well. And then have your water with you. I like, as you saw on my Instagram, like I do like putting my water, my bubbly water in a fun holiday glass. That way I can still cheers people, all those kinds of things. I think it can be very, very helpful to have, just some mindfulness during these holidays as far as like what's on your plate. And then of course, if you have it on your plate, you taste it, you're like, not really for me. Skip it, move on. Have something else. Have more of whatever else that you might be enjoying on your plate. If you want to build your plate in thirds with some of my clients, as far as like mindfulness is concerned, a third of your plate protein, a third of your plate something colorful, some fruit, some vegetables, a third of your plate, whatever you want. That helps, not necessarily like restrict portions, but it helps us be a little bit more, again, in the moment of making some decisions about portion control a little bit too. That way we don't feel like absolute dog trash the next day, because who wants to do that? Who wants to wake up or go to bed feeling like, oh God, I made some awful decisions today? Hey, that's happened to me, happened to my clients. And if that does happen to you, it's okay. Every social situation that we go into is an opportunity to learn and grow and take some nuggets out of that we apply to the next situation, the next uncomfortableness that we might be in, or next stressful situation or stressful setting we might be in as well. And so we always have our opportunity to learn. That's my wonderful reframe for things like the holidays. Is a time to be present with others, to spend some time with friends, with family, to celebrate, to have some fun foods that you may not have the rest of the year. Totally okay. And I don't like making a big deal out of that kind of stuff either. Like I don't make a big deal out about what's on my plate. And so mini soapbox is I don't support people that judge other people for what they're doing or not doing. Like I don't like people that judge, if my plate is a salad or if my plate is a hamburger and French fries. Like I don't judge, okay? Have your opinions. I don't mind you having opinions, but don't put that negativity onto somebody else. I'm not a fan of food pushers either. Like, I respect the older generation, but if I've had enough, I'm good. If I'm hungry, I'll get more. I love you guys to death. And you can just say, no, thank you, I'm good, in a nice positive way. Like you can definitely go into situations with some positivity and not make a big deal out of it. Like if someone does say to me, hey, you gonna eat that? Whether it's a salad or a hamburger and fries, I'm gonna be like, yep. And then I walk away. I don't give fuel to that fire because, again, if somebody has an opinion about what you're doing or not doing, you being combative with them is maybe what they're looking for. And also it doesn't help the situation. It's not constructive, and so I just say, yep, don't give any fuel to the fire, and I walk away, and again, I don't make a big deal out of it either. I don't tell people or judge people just because I am an online coach or a trainer or whatever it is going to holiday events. It's like, no, doesn't bother me at all. Like, eat what you want to eat. It's totally okay. Everything we do is a choice. No one is holding a gun to your head and saying you have to eat pumpkin pie. Like, no, it is your decision. It is your choice. And so we do own our choices. Of course we do. But everything we do is a choice. And I don't, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want to do. Do you, boo-boo. Like, do what makes you happy and what makes you feel fulfilled. And if that is having an entire plate of pumpkin pie, apple pie, and cobbler and all those kinds of things on Thanksgiving Day or on Christmas Day, have at it. You may not feel the best the next day, but that's okay. We learn from those kinds of things. That's where the growth happens. So, off my soapbox about that. But if you guys have any questions about the holidays specifically, I'll probably do another one around Christmas. If you guys have any questions or anything like that for me, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer them in kind of a Q&A fashion next time. So yes, finally, prep update. So it is Tuesday. I check in with Paul tomorrow. And so I'll probably put progress photos in the next one because I'm definitely going to feel a whole lot better because we are down in weight. We made an adjustment, I think, like I mentioned last Wednesday going into Thanksgiving. And we've, dropped calories a smidge and upped cardio a smidge. And honestly, that little bit of a smidge, it wasn't even that much. It was maybe like 100 calories or so with like 10 minutes more of cardio. And boom, body responded. And so I'm down 2.5 pounds now. And so I'm definitely feeling better. I'm definitely feeling a little bit tighter, a little bit leaner, and stuff like that as well. I'm definitely not as full after meals and stuff like that too, which is very nice, honestly, because towards the end of improvement season, I might have mentioned this before, I was very full. I was very bloated. I was definitely pushing food when I wasn't hungry, which is, what needs to be done sometimes, not all the time, to make improvements to build the muscle mass that I needed to and get my body in a position where it is going to respond and stuff like that. So I'm happy, honestly, with where we're at right now. I'm happy with how my physique is responding. Obviously, I'll check in tomorrow with Paul to see if we want to make any adjustments, but I assume because I'm dropping weight, we probably aren't going to make any adjustments until I do plateau again. And that's how I run my clients' preps and my clients' dieting phases as well. Is like, if something is working, like your protocols are working, you're adherent, and biofeedback, like rest, sleep, hunger, energy, digestion, stress, all those things are in a good spot, then we don't need to make any changes. Like, we're just going to cruise until we need to. And so that's probably what's going to happen. And I'm honestly okay with that. And, I enjoy all of my food. I enjoy all of my meals. And I did have a couple of questions from people of being like, hey, why are you prepping through the holidays again? Number one, my family understands. And I'm in a unique situation that all we have is a fur baby. Yes, she requires attention, but it's not a child, or anything like that. And so I have a little bit less responsibilities, especially when it comes to the holidays. My family understands. I've done this before. This is not my first rodeo with them. And so I don't make a big deal out of it. I just bring my food, no mess, no fuss. I don't put that on anybody but myself. And I make choices and I'm flexible and I maneuver when I need to pivot. As far as like, if plans change, we go somewhere, we do something, I always have food with me. I always have options for myself. That way I don't put that burden, because again, prep is a choice. I don't put that burden on somebody else. That's my key. I'm not really holiday food focused. Did I miss my mother-in-law's sweet potato casserole? Yes, of course. Like, it was there. It smelled delicious with the melted marshmallows on there. But I was like, yeah, it's fine. It'll be there next year. It's not a big deal. And the food itself at the holidays doesn't bother me a whole ton. Like, it's a lot, sure, but I don't I don't particularly put myself in situations, whether it be socially or otherwise, that are going to be around tons of food to where I could be tempted. But again, if I am, and if we do choose to be social around this time of year, I know how to navigate it. I just look at it and be like, you don't control me. I make my own decisions. I am stronger as a person, and my choices are stronger than anything that food could hold for me. This has not happened overnight. This mindset shift has taken a long time for me to get good at this, but it's a challenge. It's discomfort. As I've said before, improvement season, uncomfortable. Contest prep, uncomfortable. We lean into that, we embrace it, and we choose to do it on purpose, which is kind of cool, actually, and kind of psychotic at the end of the day too. But it's a good challenge because, again, the food does not control me. I control myself around food. Period. End of statement. And so that also could be a very good positive affirmation for some people too, that might be struggling with the power that food may be holding over them too. And so I've done this before. Obviously, my last prep series started in December. And so I know kind of what my stage weighted round it's going to be. It's probably going to be 104, 105, maybe 106. We'll see how I look. It's not really about a weight. It's about the look that we're going for, but around the same weight range as I was a couple of years ago. And so 2023. And so we're going to see how it all plays out. And so I know what it takes for me to be ready early, and I want to be ready earlier in the year to hit the early shows. As far as like, I want to be ready to compete in April. I haven't picked the show yet in April. And so April, May, June, maybe July, if I'm still alive and a whole person, we'll see. Cause you never know. And so, cause obviously if you guys watched my channel before, like one of the hardest things is not just getting down there, but staying there, staying stage lean. It's hard. The in between shows, very, very hard. So we're going to see how it all plays out, but I definitely want to do April, May, June And again, we'll see how July pans out, see how I'm feeling, see how I'm looking. Because again, if my feedback starts being, hey, we need more density and we've already like super filled me out, we've already gotten as lean as we could, then it might be time for it to exit. And I'm okay with that. So we're going to see kind of, again, what happens with that kind of stuff. And so there's not a ton going on for my calendar, especially at the beginning of the year. I don't have a ton of commitments, a ton of travel, and stuff like that. And so it's easy for me to navigate that time of year than it would be choosing to start prep maybe in January or February and then hitting like summer to fall shows. It just takes a lot out of you. And so I like kind of being ahead of the game a little bit. But again, that requires sacrifice, because I am sacrificing the holiday season as far as like being able to enjoy as much of the holiday foods as I want to. But I'm okay with that. Again, prep is a choice. So that takes care of this video and this update for right now. But in the next one, I'll definitely have more prep updates. Haven't decided what topics I want to cover. But if you guys have specific topics for this contest prep of what you want to see, comment below. I'd be happy to accommodate that kind of stuff. When I can pose again, you guys will know, because my foot is still healing and everything like that too. But it's going to be a super fun journey. I'm really excited about this prep season, and I'm excited to take you guys along for the ride. So I will catch you guys in the next video.